Well, hello again. A little video. This one is on the two new sound files that have come out from HM7000, which is the class 121 and the 153. Which this is my 128. That's now got the 121 in, and there's my 153. That's got the 153 in. This one, the decoder only came yesterday, so I only set it up yesterday. But one thing is with these particular ones is when you actually go on to here, you find out that CB5 is at 255 and CB6 is at 72. Now, what happens with that is not running correctly to what I want, because on my layout here, this is only just a two I've put in for the now, but what we got there is a shunt and the cruise. All my cruise are set for all my locos, wherever they are, at 50 miles an hour. And the way I achieve that is through this little magic box, which is my speedometer. Now, the speedometer itself, if I actually get on here for a second, go down here and show this see, and we'll go to Google for now, there, and I want eBay. Go for eBay, which is here, go to here, on here, and that is what's inside that box. When you buy this, if this is how you buy it, and it's got 4 little legs that it stands on, what you have is a button there and a button there. That sets up the country where you're coming from, sets up what gauge it is. It does O gauge, double O gauge, TT gauge, all of them in there. Then also it sets up whether it's in kilometres an hour or whether it's in miles per hour. Now, as you see from this, it is at £43.50. That is because it hasn't got the lead. Now, also on here, you see these two resistors. There's the sensors there and the sensors there. And what it actually does, it actually measures between the distance of what you're passing there and these sensors. So you just adjust them by turning them until you get it to what you want. Now, what I've got with mine here, as you can see, it's sitting here. Now that is where it limits. You can do this and you just get it, it sets it up okay and everything else. You see in the instructions anyway. But so this is set up for this particular line. Now if I'd got this down here, it'll most probably pick both of them up, which I don't want. I want only this one here. So this is now set for doing this. Now, as I said, it comes like a circuit board on legs. Now, somebody actually built me this one. It's a 3D print, but what it's actually got, it's got little pieces sitting out here to cover up the top of those sensors there, because light coming from here outside affects it. So that is how it works. If it's sunshine this afternoon, this doesn't work properly. It only works when it's pretty dull. Now it's set up now and it's saying detector speed R1. Now then, if I now come up here and go back to my Railmaster, now if I now set this one here, now first of all this has got a Train Tech coach light in it, but it's a special one. David, who used to run Train Tech, he sent me this one particularly because what it's actually got, it's got lights in there which are the door lights. Do that and the actor should come on by rights. You'll see it in a second anyway. They are, they come on, and then they stay on for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then they go off again. The only thing I've found with it is when the train's got the sound on, they don't work, it's picking up the noise. So it only works when it hasn't got any sound in it. So what I'm going to do now, I'll leave the sound off, and I'm going to run this at 50 miles an hour. There it comes. You see the coach lights on. If you go down here, look, 42 mile an hour. That's the way the CBs are set. Right, they come round again. You see it again. Look, 42 mile an hour. Now one thing with these HM7000s, you can alter all these CVs into anything else while this thing is actually running. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to that one there. I'm going to increase that now because I know what it is because I've already done this. I'm going to put this up to 86. 86. Then all you do then is press that alters it. Now when it comes round now, it should come out at 49.6. That's what they all tend to come out at. There we go. 49.6. That is set up perfect now. I don't have to bother with that. Here it comes. Over again. 49.6. So that is actually running perfectly now. Now watch this when it comes round, as it's got no sound on, watch. And I'll put it down here for a second. Now wait for it. There it is, there's the dual light. Now that stays on for about 10 seconds then goes off again. But when the sound's on, it doesn't work. I don't know why it's doing that. But also it's got a... when I was doing the testing downstairs, I put all the... download it, everything else, checking everything's working. One of the things, of course, is the doors. If I had to go to the doors, like that. But what I didn't realise, because I was using this, like this, which is the, go back to here a minute, back to here. What I was using was, of course, this. Now what happened is I didn't realise, because it's on page 3, the doors on this are, what happens is with it, because the doors are open by rights, if you try and run the train like this, why did it go in? Let's do this. Now the doors are shutting. Now it'll go. There it goes. If I actually put it down here and put it to stop. Now what happens is those door lights don't work because the noise of that engine is throwing the wobbly board. Now also what you can do with this one, if I know how to do this and do this, now this is, of course, you saw the light just flash a bit, but this is trying to start up now on cold. Turn the cold off. Yeah. I'll turn that off. So that is the 1x3. Now what I have to do with this is to move this out of the way, so you can get thumped. Now we're going to do this one. Now this one has got cab lights at the front, cab lights at the back, and everything else. Now what I'm going to do with this, I've already done this, I'll build this as a program, but I'll show you what you can do when you're running your programs. So if I now go to here, you can see the cab lights are on. Now this'll, I'll do this to show you what it's doing. That's the train driver setting everything up. He now fires it up. The cab lights are up. There's the main lights. You now turn the cab lights up. There you go, and he'll go. So this is the 121 sound file. Here it comes, right here. It should hoot. There you go. Now what you can do with this, this will keep doing this until it ends its program. And what you can do with this, you go to here, which is where your program's running, click the little brown button that's now turned the program off. So now your train is totally under your control, not by the program. So if I now just bring this round here, just show you what I mean. There we are. I can now turn the engine off. I can turn the front cab on, rear cab off, that one off, and then that one off. So it's all now turned off. So that is the way I've done that. That's show you can actually show you how you can actually alter your programs. You can start it all up and then all the setup, then just run it as a normal train. You don't have to run the whole program. That will run round 4 times before it actually stops its program. But all my locos, such as my new 168, 68 as I say, my Chiltern, my Transpennine, my Scott Rail and my DFS, that one over there, every loco on here, like my 158 here, all run round here at 50 mile an hour. It looks like you run your trains how they look, not running around at 100 mile an hour and they just like blur going around the track. So all my locos run that way round, same as over here. That's the only one that doesn't, because it's just shunted, it's only just 35 mile an hour. But all my locos are set that way. Now, day 4 yesterday, I had an email from a gentleman who, when he pressed a set of buttons here like this, the whole screen flashed. Now if you remember, I said it on the last video, a gentleman had already done this. He'd had the same problem. Now I think that both of them were working on Windows 11. That might be where the problems are arising off Windows 11, I do not know. But what I actually did, because I'd had it before, I told him to put TeamViewer on his PC, and then ring me, and he rang me yesterday. And what you can do with that is, I knew, because I had it before, I thought I want it to work again. So what I do is go to here, go to the little cog, go to here, and that is my INI file. Now this one up here is the Elite, the one downstairs is the E-Link, which he's got the E-Link. So all I do was copy that of mine, go back onto his system, put it in at the bottom of the screen, which if we go down the bottom here, right there, I put it on the next line down, then took all this out, so it only replaced was mine. You have to turn Rail Master off, turn it back on again, working perfect, no problem at all. So that covered that bit. But also, as I noticed when I was looking at his track, all his point buttons were with what you normally get with a little black arrow inside them. There is a thing in the INI file that you can actually change those around, so that's what they are there. So if you had to look at this one here we say, right? If I now click this one here, see that one's lit up. Now we do this, that one lights up. So that's how you can do that. Now also, as I noticed when I looked at it, it looked a bit strange. So I went into his track plan. Now what I should do with this, I'll just show you this. I'll just pick one up for now. This one, right, this one here, right? Now these point buttons which are picked up from here have to be on that cross. If they're not, the point will not operate. So if I now just move this over here for a minute, and this one over here for a minute, just to show you how easy they are to do. This is how easy they are to set up. So you move the red one to the middle of the Y, and it sets them up perfect. So I do this, and do this, like that. They are perfect, no problem at all. Now if I now come out of there for a minute, I don't want that, yes, I don't want to do that. Like the ones on the angle, you can do, what's one thing with this, you can actually do angles. So if I just come down here a bit, show you my top bit here, see, this is the thing with a Pro, you can do this. You can put them on at 45-degree angle points. And just do the same, just get the red, stick it to the middle and put it exactly where it is. So I went around this track and did all that. Now then, another thing that I can do for you is I can actually put in all the signals, working off the points. Although you don't have to have the signals, I can put them in for you any road. I can actually squash your track down that way and that way till you get all of your track in here. Now, as you see, I haven't got all mine in here because I've got this other bit here. This, of course, is that over there, which is my fiddle yards, which have got its own little programs. See all these little programs here? What I've got there is that's the main one coming in at 5. Now if I press 5 there, the turntable goes to track 5. If I click that little turntable there, it turns it back to 7. So all of them have got that, and same as all these all there. And these are all programmed. So if I want say point 1, it'll set up these two sets of points to go that way around. This is another one for a little train to go up to the turntable and come back again. So I love playing about with these. I think there's now 130 programs in my system, but that's how I do them. Now also is all these little green trains are actually programs. These are not all the programs. These are some that I just run at the moment. And the little speakers are actually train announcements, which I do through my train announcement system. So that is what I can do for you. Now, as I said, I can do anything. I've had virtually every. I think I've had every fault there is in Railmaster. Even Railmaster put people onto me. They didn't. This flashing. They didn't know anything about it. Because he'd been in touch with them and they couldn't understand what it was, so I did it for him. So that's how it all works. Now, as I say, if you want me at any time, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there as well, which is briannews382@gmail.com. Don't be afraid to contact me. Any queries at all about Railmaster and how to set up things, I've actually transferred for people from one computer to another. I can do this by the team viewer builders. So anything like that, setting up Railmaster itself, I could do all that. So just call me. Usually Tuesdays, if anything on a Tuesday, I go out, go up the railway shop, which is the Hobby Goblin, which is in Burslem and Stoke-on-Trent. I'm always up there till nearly dinner, so I'm back by dinner anyway. Other than that, I'm here all the time, 7 days a week. So just contact me. So I do all track plans for you. I can put signals in for you. All it is what will actually happen is that I will copy your track plan, put it into mine, alter the track, get in contact with it again. We go back on TeamViewer, and I just then contact. I actually then put that one copied back into yours, but you'll have the original layout. This will be the same as if it's on this. Say it's Brian track plan. I can then make it Brian 1. So you're still in the original, but you've now got the new one. You don't have to do nothing. I do it all free. All this business with Railmaster, I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid by Hornby, anything else. I'm doing some consultant work for Hornby at the moment on Railmaster. So I don't get paid. It's all free. I love doing this. I love talking to people. And so if you want me at any time, please contact me, and I will see you again soon. Bye.